Okay, just a minute here while I get myself shared out. Okay. Hey, Elizabeth. I've got my little bindi behind me. Because, I can't go live without my bindi. Hi, Madison. Okay, hold on a sec. This is falling and moving my camera. Oh, did Mommy spin you around? I'm sorry. I made Bindi spin a little. So here we've got our little Bindi. She's my little buddy. Always behind me. Let me move my big Mod Podge out of the way. I was going through stuff in here, so I was trying to organize. Oh yeah, she is sweet and spoilt rotten. She literally will not let me come in here without her being in here. The second she sees me come in this way, she has to come. Oh, that's bright. Okay, so comments have been weird, so let me pull it up on this really quick. I should be able to start doing more lives. I've just had so many bazaars and stuff going on because I was trying to get rid of as many crafts as I possibly could before winter was over, or well, before the Christmas time of the year, whatever. I can't even talk today. but like before all the bazaars ended for Christmas and stuff, so I could get rid of that stuff and not have to store it. And so I'm not really going to be making a whole lot of Christmas stuff since I need to plug this in. Hold on, guys. The thing I used to plug this into looks like it died on me. So I need to plug it in over here really quick. Okay, Ben. We don't need this. Okay. Welcome, Madison. I will have to make sure that I'm following you. Your page sounds familiar. So I think I've at least seen your page, but Facebook unfollows people all the time. So if you are following someone, every so often you might want to make sure, if you don't see them anymore, that you're still following them, since Facebook is weird that way. Okay. Really? So we're going to do, not these. I just did the crossbow. We're going to do maybe 2 different crafts depending on, well, this one won't take long because this has already got a face coat on it, but I wanted to do a smaller snowman like this. I have a different craft I wanted to do, but I had to go through stuff and find the surface I wanted to use before I can do it, so I'll have to, maybe I'll try coming on sometime this week and do the other one. I wanted to make an advent calendar. I did one a few years ago and really liked how it turned out, and so I want to do another one. But I need to cut everything with my Cricut and do all that stuff. So the first thing I want to do tonight is make a snowman with these planks. And so I've done scarecrows this way before. You could do even gingerbread men this way, anything. It just kind of gives it a different look. But anyways, to kind of just go over everything, I am Tonya with Tonya's Crafting Creations. I'm in I can't talk today. I'm in my event today, which is Creative Kinship Event Group. So if you like participating in events, or even if you haven't participated in any but do lives and are interested in possibly trying out participating in events, then just feel free to message me and we'll get you added to the group chat, and then that way you can get signed up for events. As long as you've been live, that's pretty much all I care about. Just that you feel comfortable going live, that's it. But today was our crafter's choice. This month, well, for a little while, we've been only having crafter's choice because I've been having bazaars since October. So once I finished up, which I did my last one last weekend, thankfully, then starting in January, we'll start having Saturday events. Probably not every Saturday, but some Saturdays. And then I've kind of got a couple other things I kind of wanted to do with our group. But I'll go over that later on, a different day. But anyways, I'll go over the lineup when I'm drying this. Hi, Amy. I have been so stinking busy, I haven't even been able to hardly go live on my page other than during the Crafter's Choice events on Wednesdays. That's pretty much the only time I've been able to go live lately, because between doctor's appointments and everything else, it's just like been one thing after another. And it might be a little crazy. So if I don't get back to you right away from messages, bear with me. I have to start physical therapy for my shoulder. They have no clue what's wrong with it, so, why not go do physical therapy? I mean, literally, they want to do physical therapy when they have no clue what's going on with it. It makes no sense, but that's doctors for you. Okay, I need popsicle stick. Right there behind my ink. Callie, can you move, sweetie pie? Move, Callie. I'm not taking your blanket, for crying out loud, stinker. Jeez. Come here. You little brat. This little brat thought I was going to take her, blankie from her. But this one's Callie. That's my little Callie butt. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. Actually, So really quick, we had Sheila's Creations and Crafts, Country Loving Market, which is Bev, Creating with Love and Grace, which is Heather, Crafts by Amy, Moody Cow Cottage, which is Lindsay, and then myself. Next week we have a really long lineup of people. I'll make up the flyer tonight. Oh. The jingle box were right in front of my face. But yeah, I can never get into these. I want to see something really quick. I don't know that I like those. No, I don't. Thought I had some longer popsicle sticks. But I must be out of them, but I will make do with the other sticks. I know I put them in the other room because I was doing something with them. Hi, Sheila. I needed the longer, like, quart-sized one, but these paints, well, I think they call these paint paddles. I got them from Amazon. They'll work just as good. But yeah, sometimes I can move my arm better than others. It's just kind of hit and miss. They don't really understand it. I don't understand it. But we will see. Hey, Camille. Why am I pulling out the white paint? I never did find my black chalk paint. So how's everyone doing? I know. I stick in. One day when I was going through stuff in here, I came across all these paintbrushes. Or not paintbrushes. Scissors. I'm like, how did I have so many scissors? Like, I had 3 sets that had light blue handles. I had like 3 sets of these. I had the ones I really like with the orange handle or yellow and black handle. And then these. I had a small pair of the white, or the ones with the blue handles, and then the white cricket ones. It's like I had so many different ones that I didn't realize I even had. It's like, okay. But then when I want them, I can't find them. You guys know how that goes. Okay. Yeah, you organize so that things have a place, and then after you organize, you can't find anything. Sometimes it's like, okay, that kind of defeats the purpose of organizing, doesn't it? Okay, I'm gonna need. Oh shoot! Shouldn't have lifted my arm that high. I feel like I have a little bit of a fever at the moment, but I was determined I was gonna still go live. But I mean, what do you expect? Dealing with a sinus infection, a UTI, and then shoulder pain all at the same time. So, not a fun combination. However, that kind of just seems to be my life. It's like I can't just have one thing. I have to have more than one going on. Okay, trying to get the ends to And let's go ahead. Oh, that's nice. Oh, and I didn't get a chance to answer your one question, Sheila, that you had asked during my last live. Yeah, you won Happy Mail from me, so you'll be getting the napkins that you had requested that we exchanged, and on top of that, you'll be getting a bunch of other napkins and tissue paper. Christmas themed tissue paper. Well, one could technically be used for winter too, not just Christmas. There was some, like, what was it? Gingerbread men. Tissue paper was one of them. There was kind of a wintry one with pine cones, and I can't remember. I think a candy cane one. I don't know. There was a few of them. Get rid of this clump that's right here. Don't kick me. Bendy Marie. No kicking. Do not kick your mommy out of a chair, you little fart. Lost my dryer for a minute. So we'll do this winter related one, and then the other one that I do, I think, is going to be boy, that was like a huge clump. The other one's going to be something else. That was funny though, Sheila. He was funny. He does like to correct you, huh? You know, though, I have a hard time with that. If I hear someone say something, like if I'm in the room with them, I had a really hard time with this when I worked at a call center, when we were at the actual call center, because it's like you're sitting there and all these people are around you and you can hear them talking on the calls and you hear them say incorrect information. The ones that were near me, you know, I could correct them. But the ones who were a ways away from me, I could just hear them giving out incorrect information, and it's like, that's not right. Don't tell them that. I just had a really hard time not correcting them. It's like when I know what someone says is wrong, I have a really hard time not correcting them. Okay, I need to wipe this off. Hi, Chris. Now, with the credit card company, part of that too was because I knew I would probably end up getting the sticking call back with them being angry because the person gave them the wrong information, because that seemed to be my luck. But still, I don't know. I have that habit. Okay, I'm going to just move this down a little. Because I can always wipe off. Actually, I'm not going to use that. I've got my Q-tip thingies here. I actually found them. I need to order more of these Q-tips. They come in handy. Can't remember who signed up for the next event. So I don't remember if you're signed up for the next one or not, Chris, but anytime if you are and you're not feeling up to it, just let me know. Okay, let's see if we're on. I didn't schedule as many people for this one. Because I knew I had phone calls to make, doctors' offices to call, and get the physical therapy stuff arranged and all that junk. Okay. Let's find the right size nose for this. Oh, that's good. That might be too big of a nose. And then we'll need this. Okay. So maybe I should do that. Well, hold on. I might have to paint some buttons because I don't think I have. Maybe I'll just draw the eyes on. Close that a sec. Where did I set that? Where did I set that? I had a thing that had, oh, it's up there. I'm not going to be able to reach that. Let me look at these. No, I don't like those. I had some eyes that were already made up, but I don't like them. So let me just get different size noses out so I can just kind of see which one I want. There are so many different, the set came with so many different noses. Oh, that's nice, Chris. Yeah, definitely don't be afraid to use the cane. After I had my back surgery, I hated using, because I had to use a walker even for a while, and I did have to use a cane for a little bit too, but don't be afraid to use it, because, it's better than you injuring yourself. Okay, I'm going to draw some eyes. I'm using the new Apple Barrel paint pens. I actually like them best. I've tried other paint pens, and so far, I like these better than any of them. I've had some in the past that, like, when you would go to use them, they would splatter. And I hated that, when it would splatter all over everything. And then you'd have to repaint the spots where it splattered on, and it was a pain in the butt. But these do not do that. Okay. That sounds like fun. All those places sound so familiar from when I entered those in for credit cards for, like, travel notices and stuff. Have you been on a cruise before, or is that your first cruise? Oh, your third. Okay. I couldn't remember if you had been on one before or not. Okay. think the others are too big. Let me put these away really quick. At least you guys found something that you both enjoy doing. That's always nice. Now me, I wouldn't know what to do on vacation because I've never went on vacation. Really. I mean, honestly, anytime we went somewhere, it was for a doctor's appointment out of town. So it's like, not a fun type of vacation. I mean, I guess the only thing I could think of that we had as a vacation was when we used to go to my aunt's house in the summer when she lived in Ritzville, Washington. And she had a swimming pool, and we'd go there for the summer. And I had a younger cousin who would go there, and a cousin who was a year older than I was who would go there. And we would spend the entire time out in the swimming pool. They'd basically have to beg us to come in because we did not want to come in the house. We just wanted to stay out there all day, all night. If we could, we would. Okay, I'll have to let that dry and then go back over it. I'm trying to get the black off there. I used to freak my grandma out whenever we were at a pool because she was scared to death of the water, and I didn't do it to, scare her or anything. I just did it because it was fun. But I would sit at the bottom of the pool, and I would just sit down there for a little bit. I could hold my breath for a long time. And I just sit down there at the bottom of the pool, enjoying myself until I had to come up for air. Okay, so we have that so far. You can make ghosts this way. So here's my question. Do you guys like this nose or this nose? The smaller nose or the bigger nose? So that one or that one? Smaller. That's kind of what I was leaning towards as well. I'm going to need to get more sticking orange paint because I'm getting low on it. I thought I had a whole other one, but maybe I do and I just don't see it. Let me do this so I don't have to hold on to it. Hey, little stinker butt, what are you doing besides kicking your mommy? So the one thing that I like about this smaller one, well, I have some that have the lines and some that don't, but this one here does. And so you can still see it when you paint over the orange or over it with orange. But you can also go over it with like a permanent marker so that you have the lines in there. Or if you wanted to, you could take something, once it's dry, you could take something like the tip to the pointer thing for the weeding tool for the Cricut. And you could go like scrape it across the lines and it would show that darker wood out, like the lines of the carrot. But even with it painted, you can still kind of see the lines, but they're faint. So it just depends if you would want them faint or them to be more noticeable. Okay, we're not going to use buttons because I already did that. And I'll just draw the mouth on. Okay, you need to quit it. You're shoving me, you little fart. I'm still looking for a new desk. I'm being very picky. My thought process is this is the last desk I'm buying. So I want it to last. And so I'm being very, very picky about the desk. And when I do it, I'm going to be rearranging the room and stuff. And I'll take the sewing machine table out of here because all I can do is really put stuff on top of it. There's not really a whole lot of storage inside of it. So it's kind of useless in here. So I would like to put something against that wall behind me to give me that extra room for that, to store stuff in it. And then that way I can organize stuff better. It's a small room, so you have to kind of figure out the best way to arrange everything. And I have one of those bigger heat presses. I have a tumbler press. I have my big Cricut. I have my sublimation printer. I have my regular printer. I would like to get one of those wood cutting machines at some point. I don't have one yet, but I would like to get one at some point so I could do my own kits. Because I don't live in a big area, and by the time I pay for kits already made, hold on, Fruity. By the time I pay for kits already made, to actually make anything off of them when I go to sell them, I have to raise the price a lot. And I hate doing that. And so if I can buy them, or make them myself instead of having to buy them, then that would help. I just hate charging people a lot for stuff. Okay. This helped take the lid off. I wanted to go back over that one more time. Yeah, see, that's something I don't know, like, the difference between that one and that other one that they have, Glowforge or whatever. I don't really know, like, which one's better, but I would like to get one of those. Now, the printers, there's an easy solution. They have things that you can buy, so you can stack the printers. Just like a shelf that they sit on, and so that would easily solve that. You can even get a 3-layer one to where I can put the Cricut on top of it. But okay, that is good to know. Actually, I do have a third printer in here I need to give back to my brother. I don't use it. It's a laser printer, but I've never used it because it just prints black and white. Okay, so I'm debating whether just to do a line for the mouth or the dots. I need you to. Okay. I need to get more of these little sponges. Yeah, I wouldn't even attempt to show you guys what this room looks like because it's a complete and total disaster at the moment. Okay. I do want to get this out really quick. Oh, I did not mean to put that much in there. This might have been the... Yeah. Yes, the new one does say it can cut wood. I do have that one. But you do have to have the right blade to do that. And so my brother asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I told him, I said I wanted, because all I have is the original blade it came with, and because I have the Cricut Maker 3. And so I have the original blade that it came with, and then I have that foil one, and that's it. And so I asked him, or he asked me what I wanted, and I said, well, I want Cricut things, but I said I'll send you the links for him so he doesn't accidentally buy the wrong one. Yeah, I saw that. I need to do the links for him so that he can get those. What do you guys think for the mouth? Should I do like a regular mouth like that or do the dots? I'm drawing a blank here. But I do want to do something here to the... I want to get a little of the paint out of this. If you guys don't have these, definitely get one. They're from Amazon. This one here I got somewhere else, but they're for weeding. And you've got that nice, comfy, like pen grip there. And so it's much more comfortable when you're weeding things. So I'm just going into the lines to make it so you can actually see them better. You guys cannot see what I'm doing. You can kind of see the little lines there. You can go into them with black permanent marker with the thin tip if you wanted to. But for now, I'll leave it with that. Okay, we'll do dots. I don't really care that I wasted that paint because it's clumpy anyways. Okay. I'll let that dry. Okay, so we have that so far. Oh, better put that on. That was a wet slimy nose on my arm, Bindi. You didn't really have to do that, sweetie pie. I mean, Mommy loves you, but I don't know that I love you enough to get a wet slimy nose on my elbow. She has to come around and peek at her mommy. So we could do something like that on the rim of the hat. I think that might be a little too thick to do up here, but I mean, that is an option. And I do have these. Oh, I know what I wanted those for now. Duh. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so dumb. Okay. So this is going to stand. Hold on. Okay. And put that upside down. So all I did was glued 2 together down here, Jenga blocks. Made sure they were right at the bottom, and then 1 up and down this way to brace it against that and to connect the 2 together. If you don't have that hook that way, sometimes it will, depending on what kind of glue you use, sometimes it will kind of come apart. So I always try to put that extra piece there to brace it. But I've done it with, what are they? Oh my gosh, my brain's gone. I've done it with scarecrows before. And then we could still put, I probably should put that on first. Take you off a second. Okay, let's add some more glue back here. And my nose is itching. I don't know what I just dropped, but can't be anything I needed. Come on. It won't have like a long scarf, but it will have a scarf. If you wanted to make sure it sticks like immediately, you could do hot glue, but I just have a problem with hot glue sometimes. I don't know if it's because of how cold we get, whether we get or what, but sometimes it seems like it doesn't last very long. Okay. What I might also do I'm just going to take this off. I can't squeeze it. I'm just going to make the stand a little higher. And then I'll paint those pieces. Oh. That's what I lost. Oh, I have that one here. I knew what I lost. It was this thing. Let's use this. Hi, Teresa. Good night, Sheila. So like I said, I'll paint that down there white. But I just wanted to have a little longer base. The other thing you can do too is just tie a hoop in the back, and I'm just kind of doing like a little fringe here. But you can also tie a little loop in the back if you wanted to hang it instead. And you could actually staple it on here. It's a thick enough thing. Hi, Daisy. But that's how you can make a snowman out of a oh my gosh, my brain is gone. Whatever that is. My brain is literally gone tonight, you guys. I can't think. Crate thing, whatever. Palette board. That's the word for it. Oh my goodness, my brain. Let me put those away really quick. No, it's not a kit. The nose, I have no clue where the heck I got it from. Someone who cuts different shapes had a set where you could get all these different noses in all different sizes. Has that tiny ones. This one even has bigger ones than these. And they were really inexpensive. And then this is just one of these boards, and then a paint stick. And then I use some Jenga blocks here, but we'll see. I might just take it off and put an actual hanger on. I don't know. I will see on that. It still hurts. It aches all the time. They did an x-ray and it showed nothing, but they said it probably wouldn't show anything if it's like not bad enough. I guess it wouldn't show anything, but the insurance apparently requires them to do physical therapy or have me do physical therapy before they can do any other imaging, which I think is ridiculous because you could injure yourself even more. But what do I know? I'm not a doctor. I'm just using common sense. As long as I turn my whole body when I go to do things, I'm okay. If I go to just like reach up or back to do something or try to lift something very heavy with that arm, I just can't do it. It gives way. So I don't know. It is what it is. I'll do the physical therapy. If it starts making it worse, then I just will tell them they need to do something else, because I'm not gonna make it to where it's even worse than before. I'm not gonna do it. Just not going to. I had a bad experience with physical therapy as a kid. And it made the problem, well, I didn't actually have a problem. The doctor just thought I did. Because, why would they read the chart before ordering physical therapy? And so I ended up doing physical therapy, and they did it so bad that I couldn't even hardly walk. Because they were doing it on my knees. They were trying to force my knees straight. And my knees have always been a little off because they won't ever go completely straight. Well, one does now, but it was because of me being born with spina bifida, I guess. And so the one guy who was filling in for the regular doctor thought that would solve the problem. And the physical therapist basically every time would press on my legs to try to force them straight. I was maybe 10 at the time. I was crying every time by the time I left there. It was horrifying. I had never been in so much pain back then until they did that, and it just kind of caused problems continuously after that. I never could ride a bicycle again after they did that. And I used to, before that, I rode my bike all the time. First thing, in the morning, I would be out there till almost bedtime, and then after that physical therapy, I couldn't do it anymore. And I've had problems with my knees ever since then. Aching and stuff. But the last physical therapist I had, and it sounds like he's the same one that I'm going to have. I go on not this Friday, but next Friday. And yeah, they do. Okay, so me being born with spina bifida, when I started having back problems, the insurance should have automatically approved my MRI. It took me 3 years fighting them to get them to approve one. I literally had to fight with them for 3 years to get them to approve an MRI when I was having spasms in my back, severe pain, everything. And so now I have permanent nerve damage. I even had to switch to 3 different insurance companies trying to find one that I could get approved for. Where is it? I buried. Ow. Shoot, I need to try. There it is. It was in front of me the whole time. And I need... I can kind of know now kind of the ways I can move my arm without screaming in pain, so that's a plus. So I want to do this horse craft really quick, and this one won't take long because it's not really too much to it. But I have this fabric, and so I'm going to do a quick coat of paint. You're fine. I must have that other one in the other room, but that's all right. We will just settle for plaster. Yeah, it's crazy the things that insurance companies do. And aggravating. So this is a board from Walmart. I'm basically trying to make more horse crafts because I'm in an area that has a lot of rodeos, stuff like that. People like their horse stuff. And every single horse craft I have made sold. I do not have one horse craft left. Well, I have one that I made a bit ago that I didn't put in the bazaar because I wasn't finished with it. But other than that, I don't have any horse crafts left. I've sold every single one. And so I am going to be making a lot more horse crafts than I did before, just because people seem to like them. So we're just doing a quick base coat of plaster, which will not take long. I don't know if any of you guys do sublimation or anything, but if there's ever anything you guys want done with sublimation, feel free to reach out to me. Because I do sell tumblers, keychains, earrings, car coasters, and I need to actually make a bunch more because I sold a lot out, or sold out a lot of them. Car coasters, earrings, I said coasters. What was the other one? Puzzles. And then also mouse pads. Hi, Kimberly. Ah, shoot. I lifted that too high. I felt that pop. Oh, God. I felt it pop like in and out or something. I don't know. I felt it pop is all I know. And it's been doing that. I don't like that idea that it does that. I do not like it. We'll see how well I tolerate physical therapy. Okay. I don't see people make these kind of crafts really that often. Well, actually, I don't think I've seen anyone else make them besides me. Don't think I've seen anyone make them. With the fabric and the door hangers. It's fine, Bindi. You just stay where you're at, sweetie pie. Mommy needs to get something. I need a word. Okay, so we're going to get that dry, and then we'll probably stain this. You guys have anything fun planned for the week or the weekend? Also, don't forget, if you missed anyone from earlier, go back and catch them or catch the replay. Oh, there was my cashew. And I need... Oh, that should be fun for you. My mom used to go to the casino all the time. She loved going to the casino, and she always did really well. But you know the funniest thing? She would do the slots. But the funniest thing is, you know where I always did the best when it came to slot machines? Wasn't in a casino. I did best in Abby's Pizza. My mom and I both did really good in there. Several days in a row, we would walk out with $2,000, sometimes a little more, from just the slot machines that they had in there. And it was always the same slot machine. For me, anyways. Mom had a different one that she played, but the one that I played, oh boy, that one I really liked. But then they got rid of it. Okay, so we have welcome. Hope you have fun when you go. Hopefully you get to go. Yeah, my brother's not a gambler or anything, but I do like to every so often. But some people just seem like, that they're really lucky, and other people seem like they have no luck. Okay, so we'll have this up here at the top, and then we'll put our fabric at the bottom. And I never did do my Walmart order. Okay. Just want to see which portion I want. I think right there. Yeah, they are a lot of fun. Kind of almost want that horse there too, but let's see. Kind of wish you didn't cut off that horse's head. I can come over here. Same thing. Could do that. Yeah, I think I like that one. Hi, Veronica. Oh, yeah, you can. And this came from Walmart. I make glass cutting boards with this fabric, or with fabric like this too. Okay, what side was that? It's like I cut it. Now, what side was it? Let's get rid of some of this so I'm not. Okay. I have a couple different fabrics that I get that are horses from Walmart. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this overlap. Then I will Mod Podge it on, and then I will finish cutting around it. And even this piece here, I'm not going to throw it away because you can always use, like this horse here, I could use for an ornament. You know, I can use this for something else. Definitely don't throw your extra little pieces away because you can use them for anything. Okay, now I get my chair further up. My little puppy's being a chair hog. You don't have to go potty, dear. You do smell a little gassy. There's my sponge. Poor little baby. Okay, let's see how high up. Get my pencil. Make sure this is the right way. So I like to just kind of do a little mark so I know how high up to do the Mod Podge. I just do it on the edges. I don't go any further. There's no reason. And you're clogged. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we're going to spread it out. Now, if you were to make these and not put a word on it, like just have words ready to go to glue on, or like if you have a small, like the Cricut Joy, you could always bring it with you to bazaars and put the word or the saying that they want on it there. That way it can be customized. little more. Now I can use my favorite horse for something else. I really liked that one. So I'm going to get more Mod Podge on here before I cut the rest. I just wanted to make sure I didn't get any Mod Podge on that other piece. But if you don't know, you guys can do this on the bottom of dinner plates, like the clear dinner plates from Dollar Tree. Just put it on the bottom. And then if you want to paint it underneath afterwards, you can. Just use dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Put several coats on and just make sure that you don't, if you sell it, that you let them know that it can't be used until it's cured, which I believe is like 60 some days with the dishwasher safe. Or just keep it for that long and don't sell it until that time, which is actually what I would recommend, if at all possible. I'm not worrying about like any little strands that might poke up a little bit. I'm just kind of pushing it down. There it is. This part dry. They really are. My brother is still asleep. He had to get up early yesterday, though, because he had to. Well, he didn't have to, but he did it. My brother and I live together. We're buying a duplex, and so we live in the one side, and we rent out the other. And there's a lot of stuff I can't do because of my back pain, and so he helps out with that. And if I need to, he drives me to my doctor's appointments. Because when they're, like, some of them are an hour and a half away, so he'll drive me to those and anything else like that. I have a nice brother. A very nice brother. Okay, so we have that. It looks really good. Then we're going to glue this on. If you guys don't have these, I suggest getting them from Amazon. They work really good for a lot of things. Mostly like trying to spread glue around. It works really good. So for those of you who are new to me, I've been doing this since, trying to blank now. It was like 20. I would say somewhere here. So I started in January of 2023. So going on 3 years. And I actually started my event group my first year. Towards the end of it. It was October, I believe. And before that, I was doing, I started after I was having back pain and stuff, and working was too stressful, and having to sit there at a desk all day long was miserable. And I was working for a call center at the time. I'd done that for 3 years. No, 4 years maybe. And then prior to that, I was a caregiver from the time I was 16. So I did that for 11 years. Took care of my mom, my grandma, and then a guy down the street. My grandma I took care of for 11 years. That was the struggle. Not easy taking care of someone with dementia, Alzheimer's. It was stressful. Definitely. Okay, so we have that. I might move it down a little. And then across here, we're going to put something. I need to take a look at them before I put it on. I was sick for years with UTIs and stuff because of the spina bifida and everything. And so I had finally had a surgery back in 2025, the same year I started taking care of my grandma, that solved the medical problems I was having. And that was like April of 2005. And then by the end of it, I was taking care of my grandma by October. Well, I guess technically June, because she had her knee replacement. I don't like that one. But yeah, it's stressful when you're taking care of someone. I don't know where the end is to this, but I really like that color. Okay, so we can do this tan one. We do have that one. Actually, I think one of the two dark ones. I think this one. Yeah, that one matches with it. Okay, get rid of all these. But yeah. We do what we have to do. And just kind of go from there, pretty much. Okay, just cleaning up the extra glue. Probably would have been smarter to put it on the back of the trim. Then I wouldn't have to clean up the glue, but that's okay. And I won't do this part live, but The other thing too that I'm going to do is I'll seal in this top part too, because if you don't seal this in, it will kind of start fading. But yeah, that is what we have. So you can see the sets. And then I was going to show you something really quick. I know there's not too many people on here, but I'm just going to kind of show you a little bit of these really quick. So these are leftover from the bazaar that I did. This is a mouse pad. And that one's a mouse pad. And that's also a mouse pad. And then these are sublimation puzzles. And then I have that one. So I'm going to take pictures of all these and post them on my page. So if there's any that you guys are interested in, let me know. And then I'll post a bunch of these too. But like I have keychains, earrings that are like that. And then the round ones like that. But I have a whole bag of those, and I don't really feel like going through all of them right now. But I am going to take a picture of all these, and I'll post them. But for what we did tonight was this one, and then our snowman. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, you guys. If you haven't already, I do have a notification group. If you're not in it and want to be in it, send me a message and I can get you added. Also, there should be a link on my page too that you can just click on and add yourself. But if you have any problems, just let me know. And then we do Crafter's Choice every single Wednesday. And like I said, starting the first of the year, we will be doing some Saturday events too. So if you want to be in any events, just let me know. Don't forget to check out anyone who you may have missed from earlier. Again, that was Sheila's Creations and Crafts, Country Living Market, Creating with Love and Grace, Crafts by Amy, and then Moody Cow Cottage. But thank you for joining me, and you guys have a good rest of your evening. And if you haven't joined the group, it is a free group, so you can just, if you join it, then you'll just get notified whenever I post a flyer or share anyone into that group. But you guys have a good rest of your evening. You're right, good puppy, huh? Okay, where's my arrow? Here we go. Bye.